After buying our dream holiday home on wheels in the US, the worst thing imaginable happened, and we lost our campervan, Frank, to a horrific fire. In this video, we revisit the place that it happened, talked about how we're struggling to deal with it, and the overwhelming response to the video about it, as well as our decision to go back to the UK for now and our future plans.
If you're watching this video, then you probably saw the last video where we had to say goodbye to our dear friend Frank.
So this happened about 5 days ago, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster ever since. And it is Monday here, we're still in Texas, and our video is just about to come out, and we don't really know what the reaction's going to be, but it's been a very, very tough edit.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit nervous about releasing it. I guess it's just like, this whole time we've been dealing with it just with each other. Eric and Alison have been there as well. We haven't been feeling like we have much energy or feeling particularly sociable, but this is actually putting it out there. So now we're actually going to be receiving comments and messages about this from you guys, and I can't even imagine what that's going to be like. Once
this goes live, it becomes very real. Like, it's kind of been bottled up and internalized here, and once we put it out there, we're always going to be the people whose car caught fire as we were driving it. And over the last few days, we've had our ups and downs. At first, I thought I was completely okay with it, and then since then, going into cars, I keep getting weird flashbacks, and it's kind of one of those things I don't really feel comfortable saying, but I think it's better to say than to keep inside. So hopefully you guys are my therapy.
So we have booked flights back to the UK in a few days' time, and as we're homeless, we have been staying in beautiful Clementine. Eric and Alison have very kindly let us stay in it while we try and sort ourselves out and figure out what our next move is going to be. We still don't fully know what the next move is going to be, other than we're going home.
So the plan is now to pack up and go to Austin, where we're going to be flying from in a couple of days, and we're now going to make our way to the site where it happened, because it's just something we feel like before we leave, we just want to revisit it as a way of processing it. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, it'll either be positive or negative, we'll find out. Ooh, so we published last week's video 2.5 hours ago, and we weren't sure what to expect with the response or anything, were we? We were a bit nervous hitting that publish button.
Very nervous.
But I mean, we've had like 50,000 views already. It's crazy, and the comments have been, for the most part, so friendly and nice and supportive.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming.
It's hard to even consider sitting down to go through them all, because it is so overwhelming, and we're still sort of in that processing stage. So yeah, we just wanted to say thank you guys. We do really appreciate all these lovely comments, the ones that we've seen, and we will be going through them all at some point, but we might just take a little bit of time today to relax and regroup before tackling the comment section.
It has been a huge relief and a weight off us to get the video out. We didn't know how we were going to feel, but it definitely feels like it's a bit of counselling to be able to share it to you guys and sort of accept that this happened.
You can see bits of metal and stuff on the floor where it must have just melted. That's insane. How hot must that have been to melt metal?
What do you make of that?
Whoa!
Whoa! Bits of every part of Frank in there. Oh god! Like bits of glass, like.
That's wild.
There is no guess as to what the heck this once was. Holy cow. So these guys were just over the hill at the time.
We were right past that light, stuck in their traffic.
We had no idea we were that close or we would have come.
Yeah.
But you could see the smoke from where you were, right? Like billowing over.
We could further down the road, but when we were stopped there, we couldn't see it anymore, so we had no idea where on this road you guys were.
So you had one completely intact license plate, and then this. Holy cow, man. It's illegible. Dang.
I'm feeling very grateful right now that this grass didn't catch fire. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Had I not pulled over into this bit, which was all just tarmac, I would have had to pull over onto the grass.
And it is hot.
It's dry and it's hot.
And all up there.
Jeez, yeah, where would it have ended? Oh, it makes me shudder just thinking about it.
Also, this over here is the building that we ran and hid behind. And you can see it looks like one of those electrical buildings. So we were terrified as we ran around this corner and then trapped by this fence here. And at the time I wanted to climb over so bad because it just felt like it was the safest place and it was escalating so fast. But when we were stuck behind this, we just had visions of this just exploding as well. We definitely weren't thinking clearly. So then we came around this corner. Oh, no way. Look what I found. The fire extinguisher that Emma grabbed inside the van and came out, but luckily there was a guy with a much bigger one and this would have done nothing. Surreal. And then we came around this corner and it's quite surreal to see because the last time I was stood here I could see that towering inferno. It was so intense. It's hot from here and then we had to run across to safety. Emma?
A little souvenir.
Oh. I grabbed this out of the van to put out the engine fire. And then as I looked up, the guy was running over with a massive one. I was like, I'll let him take care of this because this isn't going to do anything. Wow.
Well, it's probably not the right time, but there will never be a right time. We actually had a gift for you guys.
Oh,
we were gonna give you when you hit the road. We were gonna get a bag and everything, but it just seemed pointless at this point.
Oh no, that's so
To
sweet.
match your whole fish theme that you inadvertently went for.
Little Frank and your bass.
a trout to go with our. Well, we do have the number plate, right?
Yeah, so you still have the number plates and
yeah.
I have this to match it.
We will open the first beer in the new van with this.
Yes.
Yes.
As we cheers.
Yes. We
Oh my god. That wasn't fun at all.
Well, now that's done. I think it's time to have some fun rather than just be sad about Frank. So we're going to head into Austin and finally go and see downtown Austin. After this whole month of being here, we've been putting it off until we were going to set off on our trip. So now we're doing it without Frank. Did an absolutely fantastic job of distracting us last night. I'm so grateful to them because there hasn't been many moments where we haven't been thinking about this.
So the video, we didn't know how it was going to be received at all, and it has been insane. We've had over 200,000 views in one day on the video. Someone created a GoFundMe page. We've had thousands and thousands of comments across all the different platforms.
It's been so overwhelming, like so lovely and so nice, and there's been such a huge amount of support, which has just been really wonderful. But yeah, it's extremely overwhelming for us. We've basically not slept since it happened. So for the last week, we've been getting like hardly any sleep. My eyes are just in a constant state of puffiness. It's so hard because on one hand, like I'm so happy and amazed that to see all like the kindness coming out in people and like the support and everything is really nice. But on the flip side of that, I just feel extremely overwhelmed and I don't know how to deal with any of it.
It's just not a normal situation to deal with. A number of you guys have been asking about things like the insurance, which is what we're going through at the moment, so we will keep you updated as it goes. And many people also asked, how did it happen? And to be completely honest, we don't know.
No. All we know is that the fire started underneath the van.
Actually, you guys seem to have the best guess and definitely more knowledgeable than us, and a number of people have said it looks like it's to do with the fuel line and a gas leak. With the insurance working with the fire department, hopefully we will get this information and we will share it with you as we find out, but yeah, currently we don't know.
The plan is still to come back to the US and buy a van. Although the more we're talking about it, the more I think we would prefer to get something maybe a little bit newer and a little less worrying when it comes to stuff being sort of old and not so safe.
Yeah, we'll definitely be investing more money into our next van. So we are hoping so much that the insurance comes through.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that people have joined our Patreon, all of this money is just going to go on to buying something better and bigger, just like it should be in America.
So we are having our final day in Texas today with these guys. They're taking us around to have the last little bit of the American experience because, you know, we've seen it all since we've been here already.
We're extracting every bit of fun as we can out of this final bit of our time out here.
Yeah.
We're forcing them to have fun now.
Yeah. This whole trip has been constantly planning and preparing for this bigger trip, so we've been putting off every recommendation.
Yeah.
These guys have been saying we should go and do this, we should do this, and
We'll
keep
wait
saying
until
we'll
the
wait
trip.
until it happened, and then all of a sudden nothing.
Yeah, so it's kind of sad. I mean, these guys, they still have a fully intact RV, so they will
For
be
now.
continuing on the trip without us for now.
Yeah, our big plan was to do all 50 states in 50 weeks, and these guys were going to be around for a lot of that.
Yeah.
So it kind of put the kibosh on that, but we're still going to try to hit 50 states.
Yeah.
you
If
guys.
If you guys didn't want to go with us, you could have just
Yeah, you didn't have to burn down your van. I mean, come on.
It's so extreme, right?
We can only joke about it now. It's the only way to get through this.
Yeah.
It's the British way, using
Yeah.
humor to make yourself feel better when terrible things happen.
Yeah.
And when that doesn't always work,
Yeah.
trusty bottle of
This
wine
is
will
the
do
American
it.
way. Right here.
Cheers.
This is the one thing that the Brits and the Americans can agree on is
Yeah.
just shrink away your problems.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's healthy. So we are hoping that after a brief stint back in the UK, we will be coming back, raring to go, and hopefully it'll be more successful than this time round.
I feel like you guys owe us an epic American road trip.
Yes,
Yes.
damn it.
All right.
Jeez. Stick around, go check these guys out, see what they're up to, because we'll be going and joining them at some point later on in their trip. And in the meantime, let's have some fun.
Here's to America.
Now get on out of here, you
We'll
two.
see you soon, hopefully.
Better come back soon.
That's it, we're home now. We have been for a few days, just adjusting and getting over the jet lag. The current plan is to just relax and focus on our mental and physical health for the next month or so, as well as catching up with family and friends before heading back to the US to try again.
We are hoping that we can go back to the US in about 6 weeks to 2 months, but we're trying not to put a definitive timeline on it just because it is absurdly daunting to think about going through that process again.
The first time we had Eric and Alison helping us out, driving us around to see things. So I think without their help and having to do it all on our own, it sounds even more daunting than it was the first time round, as well as being really cautious about the vehicle we end up buying, which is just going to be a whole other headache in itself.
We want to say a huge heartfelt thanks to everyone that has sent us such kind comments, reached out to us, people that have donated on the Super Thanks on YouTube, patrons, and also the GoFundMe account.
Thank you, Ella, so much for setting up that GoFundMe. We have been blown away.
When we mentioned it
last week it had 500 euros, and then we checked again a number of days later and it's now nearly at 9,000 euros. So although we've asked Ella to close it for us, we want to say thank you so much to everyone that's donated, because it has covered what we spent on Frank, and we had put everything that we owned into buying and investing into Frank, and we've been so nervous about the insurance claim, which we're still waiting for.
Yeah,
so thank you for taking that pressure off us during this time, and all money raised is going to the new Frank, although it won't have a name.
No, Frank 2.0.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, there's so many different types of stress that we've been experiencing this week, and that has just completely alleviated the financial side. So thank you to everyone who donated on there. That has absolutely made a stressful situation that little bit better.
Yeah, it really means a lot to us. Thank you very much, guys. We also want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much to Robert, who is the guy with the fire extinguisher. We have actually been in contact with him since the event, and we have thanked him there, but we also want to thank you here so much for being a hero.
We have actually arranged to go and meet up and hopefully take him for dinner in a few months' time when we do make it back to Texas. So we will be reunited once again in much better circumstances. So to summarise, we're now back in the UK. We're hoping to make a few videos while we're here, but we will be coming back and we will be finding ourselves another van in the USA.
We promise that you'll have the old beans back soon, full of joy and laughter, once we've done processing this nightmare.
Yeah.
For now, do all the things, like the video, leave us a comment, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and beans out.